I just saw this other meme. It goes, God doesn't ask us to understand, He just asks us to seek. Well, I mean, maybe for everybody, I don't know. Like, where's it? That meme probably comes from somebody who worships Jesus Christ, who's actually Baal or Satan. So, like, I mean, what do you really know what you're talking about? But that's not what God told me. When the first time, this is before I even did the Jesus stuff, and I was like, oh my God, God lied to me. God's not supposed to lie to you. And I got really upset. And he looked at me and he said, he goes, because I figured out some stuff that like I didn't know. And like I was like, this is one of the times when I thought I was going to get brutally murdered, right? And that was kind of like, but he goes, you're not supposed to know. You're supposed to learn. That's not just sitting there waiting for God. He said you're supposed to learn. Like here's the thing about it. Like I was thinking about this today, right? God could just blot me out. God could just make me not exist. I wouldn't even know. The only person who would know if God just like and made me not exist, the only person who would know would be God. Nobody else would know. The only one who I wouldn't know. I'd just be gone, or however that would work. If God decided to do it. So the problem that I have with this the New Testament stuff, it contradicts itself. First Jesus like, you never love it, and more love it, and it's some more love, and then later on he's like, my father's gonna throw you in a fire and burn you to pieces. That doesn't sound like love. It contradicts itself. And then the other thing is, if God can just make you, why would He create you to punish you? God created you so if you make a mistake, He can burn you in fire. But He's all about love. Like that's just it's so contradictory. That's how you know that Christianity is a Roman propaganda tool. Because that's what you would create as a man to control people. You'd be like, you better do this, or you're going to get burnt into some fire. You better follow these rules and give us all your stuff, or you will be burnt into fire. But if you do it, in heaven you will be your reward. It's Roman propaganda, is what Christianity actually is. If you want to get down to it, it's a population control, is what it basically is. I mean, there's a bunch of that's what it is. Because it contradicts itself. Why would if Jesus is all about love, that's so all the people will get along because the Roman Empire is collapsing under its hedonism. But and they're like, well, look how good the Jews are. Well, how do we do that stuff? But they didn't want all that. No, we're not going to do all that other stuff. But we want everybody to follow this God because they believe they didn't believe in one true God. They believe in a million gods. That's why there's a bunch of different gods in there. It's not monotheistic at all. They just did it because they saw how obedient the Jews were. They're like, we want our citizenship to be that obedient. We're just going to steal this stuff and we're going to implement it and then get it followed. But then they put their own stuff in there. They're like, if you don't follow this, you're going to be burnt in the fire. But love everybody. God's all about love, but He's going to burn you in fire if you make a mistake. What? Those two things contradict each other. Because that's what you would tell a population if you wanted to scare them. A bunch of people can't read, can't write. They don't know anything, right? That's what you would tell them, and they would believe it. And if you told them over and over and over and over, and you made them go in there, because legend is a demon, and they will kill you. And your master, like, and Constantine institutes that you have to join Christianity. You have to go to these masses. It's a brainwashing population control tool. It was to get everybody to follow the government. For real, basically, that's what Christianity really is. Because, I mean, what you tell me, you go and tell a bunch of uneducated people, it's the biggest con in the world of cons. You go tell a bunch of uneducated people that don't know anything about, they don't even know the world's around yet at this point. They don't even know the world's around you. You go and tell them, if you don't do this, you're going to get burnt into fire. They're going to do it. But love your neighbor, right? And those two things contradict each other. You know, I'm just saying, it's propaganda. It's Roman propaganda. But God used it for His purpose. But I'm just saying, the whole thing, the whole Holy Roman Empire, it's all Roman propaganda with a bunch of pagan religions thrown into it, and it's satanic. Jesus Christ, I'm the chosen